Hello, I'm back. How's everybody doing? This is my second video on YouTube, and I'm glad to be here to talk to you guys and to give some sort of enlightenment that I wish I had when I was going through certain things. So, I went through certain stuff in order to help others. That's how I look at it. And everything happens for a reason. Nothing is a coincidence. So, I just want to say welcome to my channel first and foremost. Thank you for clicking on here and watching. As I mentioned in my first video, I'm new to this whole social media type thing, really. Basically, I'm not super new. I've been on Instagram and I've usually making videos and trying to share some enlightenment, empowering posts, trying to empower people, letting everybody know that you are more than what you think. And you may not think so because of all the situations that you've gone through, the things that you're going through now, how life has been. But let me tell you, sometimes we need to wake up. And so certain things will happen in our lives that are going to be extremely uncomfortable. But you can get through it because God doesn't put on us more than what we can bear. It's for us to use what is making us uncomfortable to make us strong. It's our breakthrough. We are powerful beings and we have to know this. And the reason why we have to know this is because you have to see and understand what you can do with your power, not just for yourself, but for others as well as a collective on the planet. See, what I'm doing, I'm trying to raise consciousness, elevate the consciousness on the planet. So many of us are going through life, not enjoying it. We're just going through it. Now, I can't say that I'm living my best life right now, but I'm happy, I'm content, and I have an abundance, and I'm successful. And the reason why I'm successful already is because I've done a lot of inner work on myself. I've done a lot of transformation, self-reflecting, self-searching, and I've experienced a profound difference. I am in this not competing with anybody else. I'm competing against myself. I am trying to become better and better and better to be the best version of myself. And some people may say, well, that's not such a good thing because you should be happy of who you are now. That doesn't mean I'm not happy with who I am right now. I'm extremely happy with who I am. But I know that I am greater than this. So I'm going to explore that by all means necessary. And this is what I'm trying to have everyone, get people to appreciate, that you are more than what you know. But you have to give yourself that chance. You have to give yourself that time. You have to take time out and say, yes, it's time for me to know who I am. It's time for me to discover my greatness. But you can only do that. I'm not telling you what to do. All I'm doing is directing you to yourself. That's right. I am only directing you to yourself. All the answers are within. You know? Did you know that? All the answers to your problems are within. That's why you cannot afford to keep going on the same path of ignoring yourself. You owe yourself so much more than that. Let me tell you a quick story. I am from a religious background. My parents, my whole upbringing is Jehovah's Witness. And I've put myself on the back burner big time because basically, when you are connected to yourself and trying to do what's best for you, that is considered selfish. So, anyway, that is the conditioning that is brought about not just through the Jehovah's Witness religion, but through many religions. Or sometimes it don't even have to be religion, period. It's just upbringing. The conditioning that we have from birth is what causes us to think and act the way we do. We go through life doing things the way we were taught to do. We're not really thinking for ourselves. We are on autopilot. We are doing things that are brought about by another man. It's not our thoughts. It's not what we think. It's what somebody else's thoughts are and what they think. And so, in itself, we are worshiping another guy, a man. But if we actually take our time and dissect every single thing that we've been through in life, just dissect it piece by piece, and ask yourself what has worked and what has not worked. And the things that have not worked, ask yourself why. Ask yourself, because you may come up with an answer that will have you be like, well, I didn't want to do it this way, but I did it this way because this is how I was taught. This is what I'm used to. And then you'll start to see and separate what you've been taught from how you feel and what you think. What do you think? And then see if those same situations would be different if you were to follow your heart and your own mind. And you'll be curious what you find. But, we have to have self-love. We have to love ourselves in order to even really be wanting to be curious, to do any kind of self-reflection, self-exploration. That comes with self-love. If you don't really love yourself, you're not looking to be better or do better. You're not really looking for answers. You're just meddling and marinating in the woes of your life. Then you're not going to look. You're not going to care to find out about yourself. You're not going to do any soul searching and going within. So this message is not going to resonate with you. But for those of you who are willing and looking for a brighter future, for true happiness, and want to know who you are, then this is the message for you. And if you've been listening this far, more than likely, yes, this is where you need to be. And so on my channel, I'm going to be talking about different things. And I gave that somewhat of an introduction. The first time I came on here on YouTube, I gave that introduction. So now I'm just basically talking now about going within and giving you pretty much of an idea of how to go within. Now, you could go within for so many different things, but all the answers are there. Somebody might say, well, are you saying that God doesn't have the answers? What I'm saying is this, and I talk about this a lot on Instagram. God is the provider of all things. He gives us everything that we need. But it's not for him to baby us and spoon feed us. We have to meet him halfway. It's our job to take it a step further and to find our true happiness through the things that he already provided for us. All the things that we need are here within. That is the gateway to true happiness and freedom. When you go within, that's where you find God. That's where you find peace. That's where you find answers. That's where you find freedom. That's where you find everything you need to find. That's where you find yourself. And let me tell you, when you finally know who you are and you know yourself, there is such a profound amount of strength in that. A profound amount of strength. Why? Because when you know who you are, nobody could tell you different. Nobody could tell you who you are. Nobody could plant things in your head. Nobody could make you see something that you are not. No matter how hard they try. There's so much strength in it. There's so much freedom in knowing who you are. And it just breaks down a whole lot of things. You look at life different. Your perspective is different on life. A lot of things that we do don't matter. It really, really don't. It doesn't matter. We put a lot of emphasis on bullshit, simply said. And it's like distractions that keep us from knowing who we are. And that's the thing. We need to become fans of ourselves. We need to become fans of who we are, not fans of anybody else. We need to become fans of ourselves. Sometimes we might know celebrities much more than we know ourselves. We go and we dig up information. We watch every interview. We check out their zodiac sign. We just go the extra mile. We know what colors they like and study them. I mean, not me, but I know a lot of people do that. And when it comes to ourselves, we not our biggest fan. That's crazy. We have to really love ourselves enough to be fans of ourselves. We may know what we like to eat. We may know what we like to drink. We might know our favorite color, but we really don't know the depth of us. There is so much to find out. And if the curiosity is there, then you should look into it. If the curiosity is not there, you should ask yourself why. Why isn't the curiosity there? Curiosity not there? Is it because you don't care about yourself? You don't have enough love to care? You know, and then if you don't have enough care for yourself, ask yourself why. I just out of curiosity, because you should. It's a normal thing. So even if you don't go within to find out who you are, go within to find out why you don't care to know. Now I'm still making you go within, no matter what. But go within and find out why. Like, why don't I give a fuck about how I feel? Why? Why I don't care about myself? Go within about that. Think about it. Maybe because of how your upbringing was. You know, maybe you were around people who made you feel worthless. Like it's not worth knowing who you are. Maybe you was ignored a lot. Maybe you didn't have the proper... Well, obviously, you didn't have the proper upbringing or love. And so, whatever it is, come to know what it is, understand it, and understand it in a way where you can actually say to yourself, it's not normal behavior. And I want to be normal, and it's not my fault. Change it. We may have had the upbringing, But we are responsible for our growth. We are responsible to make changes. That's our job. We can't blame nobody else. We can't blame our parents because we're not little kids anymore. We're grown. Once you become grown, you come to that realization of what you need to do. You do it. Stop playing victim. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Put on your big boy shoes, your big girl shoes, whatever, and do what you have to do to elevate for your growth. Because if you don't, no matter what you do in life, the arrows are going to keep pointing back to you and you ain't going to get nowhere. And that's a fact. It happened to me. The arrows kept pointing to me. At the time, I didn't know about going within and spirituality. And let me just say this, you don't have to be spiritual to go within and find out yourself. Hold on one second.